smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st and 10, Mills. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center, because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with that's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen...
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Mills now. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 36.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Off the play fake, Mills. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now Mills. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman.
Man, that's bullshit, bro. That's some bullshit, dog. Come on.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
It's complete to Cook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
First and 10, Taylor now. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Love. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Malik Collins providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Blankenship's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second down and 7. They go play action. Mills. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch? Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
They'll run on first down. Pierce. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Play fake, Mills. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. Touchdown, Colts. Jared Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Osborne on the return from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Mills to throw it. Looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mills. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They run with Taylor. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Rolling to his left. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Osborne on the return from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
I thought that Brandon Cooks took over the #1 role for the Texans after DeAndre Hopkins was shipped to Arizona, and he wound up with a team-leading 81 catches in 2020, his most since 2015.
On play action, Mills. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Following the interception, Love. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Desmond King picks it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. They just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
And this is Cook with a grab. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end, Cook. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Second down at 4. They run once more with Taylor. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Glove. Flush to his right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On first down, Taylor. Still going. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Jordan Love ready on first down here. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Love's throw into the hands of Pittman here. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on the island over there. Single receiver. Motion, watch in. Watch tight is right. Watch tight is right.
Love looking to throw it. Dancing to his left. Odell Beckham Jr. with a diving grab. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Looking deep for Hilton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Pushes him over, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 123 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. To throw now. Here's Love. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jonathan Taylor from 10 yards out. And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 24. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Osborne on the return from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Pierce. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On second down now. It's Pierce. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Texans on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's got Jordan complete right side. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Play action now. Mills And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On second down, it's Pierce. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Throwing, Mills. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the Colts will take over possession here up at the 44. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Forced out to his left. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Osborne on the return from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw him off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Staying on the ground with Mack. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice.